Student loans collection to restart in May. So the U.S. Department of Education will resume collections of student loan debt on May 5th, 2025. So federal student loans repayments have been on pause since March 2020. And actually, the pause ended. I'm sorry, the pause started in March 2020, but the pause ended in October 2024. So I guess they're cracking down on it at this point in time where, like I said, they're going after, apparently they're going to possibly people late on their payments. They're going to go after their wage garnishments out of their paycheck, and even I've been told even on their tax refunds. Now, I will say on the tax refunds, most people who probably getting a refund, they probably not already filed their taxes, but I'm assuming they're talking about next year. But either way, the key thing I take from this, I would caution. I know you have to in school, people have to take out loans. That happens. I had to do the same thing, but don't take out crazy student loans because I can remember being in college and some people were taking out loans they didn't even need just to get a big refund, and it sounded good and it probably looked good at that time, but some of those people, I'm pretty sure, probably got 90 or $100,000 debt right now in student loans. So I would caution, just to be aware of those things. And I did found it funny as well. I seen some people making jokes about, oh no, we want now they want the Department of Education to be to be removed again. So that was kind of funny, but just a little education as well. Okay, yeah, the Department of Education, even if it was removed, the funding for schools, those type of things, it would still be around. It just so happened it would just get moved over to another department, kind of like the Department of Treasury or something. No different from a job. If more so you get a new manager and then you just get moved over to a new or a reorg, you just get moved over. So that essentially what would happen. But the next thing I was gonna say too, in regards to this story, um, the forbearance on student loans. I want people to be aware of that too, because I know this happened to me. When it comes to forbearance, once you just because you're forbearing the student loan and you just kind of put it off and you don't have to pay that monthly payment, you're still gaining interest though. Because I would say, I remember when I graduated college, I think I had like 26, 27,000 student loan debt. But since I was doing the forbearance, honestly, I was thinking it was going to be forgiven. So at that point in time, because there was something about nurses, I think it ended up someone had told me that it might get forgiven. So I kind of held off on it for like a year or two. But in the process, I was still gaining interest. So I ended up went from owing I think 26, 27,000 to it end up being 30,000. And like I said, one other thing I want to bring up, I don't believe none of us should speak for all of us. And if anyone hear me talk enough, that's one of my key rules. Cause I say that I'm a black man, and I actually I want everybody. If I paid off my full student loan debt, I'm looking for everybody else to pay off their student loan debt. Now, that might not happen, but I don't want to. I don't want to be the person that if I took care of my responsibility and paid off my student loan debt, I don't want it forgiven for other people. That's just me. And I think most people, would feel the same if they was in my position where they had the student loan debt, did what they supposed to do and got it paid off. So, like I said, we all know what we were signing up for once we got the student loan as well. It wasn't like the student loan, was a shock or anything. And then one final thing I promise you before I get out of here, I was thinking about that too. Even when the student loans got forgiven, I'm curious what some people were doing with their money this entire time. Like that was from March 2020 to 2024. I mean, until October 2024. So that's like 4 years. um, I would hope some of that money was being saved, knowing, hey, this is going to come back around. So, if it's your first time on my channel, my name is AD. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also, make sure to check out my link tree down below before you leave as well.